Welcome to the Husky Bamboo Podcast. It's a Seinfeld podcast, meaning that it's about nothing in particular.
Welcome! It's me again. You can read. If you can't, my name is Ariel, and this is the Husky Bamboo Podcast. Welcome, and I am back, and I'm alive! If you guys didn't know, this past week, in the weekend, Hurricane Isaias, I don't know how to do the English from Spanish translation, so I'll just say how it is supposed to be said properly. Isaias passed through and did a little number on the island, but thankfully where I live, just rain all day and that's it. And then it's been non-stop heat. So thank you, Sahara Desert, for providing such a beautiful environment for us to survive. Being sarcastic. Also, the reason I'm saying that I'm doing this me again alone is because this past weekend I was promoting the fact that we were going to do a podcast, or I was going to do a podcast with my lovely, gorgeous, beautiful, voluptuous, the best woman on planet Earth, my wife, Ari. We're going to do a podcast together, and what could have been. Unfortunately, we did record. Not unfortunately, that was not unfortunate. What was unfortunate is that by some fucking voodoo of this computer, the file was corrupted and is useless. I cannot find it. Tried to recover it. Tried everything that I could. Tried Googling it. How to do it. I'm not a tech savvy person. And unfortunately, that went kaput. That went to shit. I couldn't do anything. And, well, it is what it is. And it was, dare I say it was good. Dare I say it was great. We played games. We showed her some of the stuff that we were going to talk about here, but it's not the same having a person next to you than me speaking for almost an hour and you guys suffering through it. Which I thank you, by the way. Viewership on the YouTube channel is going up. By the way, that would have not gone up the video because we didn't record any video. So I could have salvaged the situation by just clipping off the audio from the video. But since we didn't do any video, we got fucked. So yeah, it is what it is. That's unfortunately what it is. Speaking of unfortunate events, this past weekend we lost a legend. Let's just say a man that has been around for a long time. And if you suffer from diabetes, and if you're a child from the 80s, you probably remember this man. His name was Wilford Brimley. And in the 80s, he was everywhere. And he passed away. I especially like the beautiful, touching tribute that Jean-Claude Van Damme gave to him on Twitter, saying, "Goodbye, Uncle Duvet. Rest in peace, Wilford Brimley." And in the tweet, you can see a picture between Jean-Claude Van Damme and Wilford Brimley in the action adventure John Woo directed movie Hard Target. I think that was his first film in the States, and I enjoyed it as a kid. I enjoyed watching it, and Wilford Brimley was part of that movie. He was Uncle Duvet, if you remember. We'll see some of his movies there. See, there he is as Uncle Duvet running around on horseback. We have him there in The Natural. He was the manager of the team in The Natural. We have him there in Ewoks. I think that was a made-for-television movie. So he's part of geek culture because he's in Star Wars. Or was in Star Wars. Part of Star Wars. And also there, he's unrecognizable because he has no mustache. And he was there in The Thing. By the way, he was in his 50s there. He died of 83, 84, I think. So he was in his 50s. And he was in The Thing, and he didn't have his iconic mustache. And he was basically unrecognizable. But damn, diabetes is a fucking thing. He looked like that in his 50s. God damn. I don't mean to disrespect the dead, but it is what it is. Damn. He was in his 50s, and look at him how he was. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm one to talk, by the way, right? I'm one to talk because I'm all fat. I'm all fat. Anyway, let us continue talking shit here because we need to fill in the time. Have you heard about the Ellen thing? Ellen getting canceled? Well, apparently this is a thing. Apparently, Ellen DeGeneres show staff responds to toxic workplace complaints. Apparently, people in the staff of Ellen and the Ellen show, the Ellen DeGeneres show, have been complaining that the producers have been kind of a dicks towards the staff. I've also heard rumors that she is kind of a dick to the staff, but in this particular case, the producers are getting the blunt out of it, or getting the blame, the heat, if you will. But yeah, it seems that people are calling for her head. Who are these people? I do not know. Hollywood is a fucking mystery. They eat their own, to say the very least. They eat their own. So I have no knowledge or understanding whether Ellen has been a toxic person or a difficult person to work with. If I do say that, I would also have to claim unlimited knowledge, and that would also classify me or qualify me as God, which I am not. I'm pretty damn sure of it. So I don't know. So make of this information what you will. What I do think is that Hollywood likes to eat their own. I mean, if you've seen what's going on lately in the news, it's a cancel culture city in Hollywood. If they find just the slightest fault in your persona, it's hunting season, it's open season, and your ass is gonna get got, to say the very least. So, poor Helen, I wish her well. I wish this shit is not happening, but it is what it is. Speaking of people getting got, have you guys heard of Jerry Falwell Jr.? You probably heard of Jerry Falwell. If you don't know who he is, Jerry Falwell Sr., who's now deceased. Oh, God. I gotta work on my English. He founded Liberty College, or Liberty University, however you want to fucking call it. And he was infamous because he took Larry Flynt to court, and that was shown in the popular movie The People versus Larry Flynt. And he took him to court because Mr. Flynt made a satire of him eating out his mom, I think, or was his mom eating him? I don't know. Anyway, this dude, Jerry Falwell Jr., is now the president of Liberty University, or Liberty College. And to say he's a conservative is an understatement. He is a Jesus freak, and very litigious, very legalistic in his way of thinking, way of viewing things. And that's just a quick introduction for you people who don't know him. Sorry. Now I present you this. For those of you who are not watching the video on YouTube, it's a picture of Jerry Falwell Jr.'s Instagram, which is actually a screenshot of that because he erased it after complaints. And you see him, what appears to be carrying something that is definitely not a soda, and with his belly out, and with a companion on his side, which I would guess is his wife, with her belly out. Now, this would not be much of a story, but it's a story nonetheless because of the way how he imposes his view of Christianity in his school, and something like this would not go in his school, Liberty College. I was reading online from the people who brought the news to the attention. Shout out to Relevant Magazine. States here, Jerry Falwell posted, then deleted a bizarre vacation photo from Instagram. Liberty University President Jerry Falwell posted and then apparently deleted a bizarre Instagram post in which he appeared with his t-shirt hiked up and his pants unzipped, standing next to a woman identified as a friend. Oh, so it's not even his wife. Oh, lordy lord. The caption Falwell wrote, the drink he was holding was just black water and a prop only. How nice. The post was captured by Houston Chronicle reporter Robert Downen, before it was deleted. The caption says that lots of good friends visited us on the yacht. Yes, because when you're swindling people in the name of Jesus, you have to ball big. As president of the large and influential Christian university his father founded, Falwell has weathered frequent criticisms in recent years for his pugilistic Twitter tone, cavalier attitude towards COVID-19, and accusations of racial insensitivity that have led to a wave of high-profile departures among Black Liberty students. Falwell has also come under scrutiny for past accusations of salacious activity. Oh. There have been reports that President Donald Trump, that's a nice association right there, isn't it? President Donald Trump's one-time fixer turned advisory Michael Cohen, oh, that's beautiful, once briefly attempted to help the Falwells deal with a leak of sexually revealing photos, and photographs of Falwell at a nightclub have surfaced. Falwell has said the images are photoshopped. In the hours after the screenshots of the photo was posted, Falkirk Center fellow Malachi O'Brien tweeted that the photo was not President Falwell. The Falkirk Center is the conservative think tank Falwell started in partnership with Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk O'Brien. O'Brien deleted that tweet and posted an update confirming it was Jerry. O'Brien also said that the photo in question was taken out of context of the order photo of the other photos with it. Oh my god. I'll stop reading now. This is funny as fuck. This is hilarious. Okay, for the benefits of those who are watching the video, the video when it comes up, there it is again. Yep, unzipped. Where you can clearly see his fucking underwear. Jesus, I just love the fucking hypocrisy, the double standards of these cocksuckers. I apologize for the language that I use to referring fellow believers in Christ, but I have zero contempt and zero remorse for people who are full of shit. Like clearly Mr. Do-Gooder here. It's because if you have the balls to call people on their shit, at least have the decency to be living out what the fuck you preach. But if you're not living what you preach, then shut the fuck up and let people live. That's my take on that. Okay? Okay. Go fuck yourself, Jerry. Also, another thing that I would like to talk about is that it seems that due to the before mentioned cancel culture and the Hollywood area, meaning Los Angeles, California, a lot of comedians are considering to lickety-split, to leave the Los Angeles area. As revealed on yesterday's The Church of What's Happening Now podcast by its main leader, the church guardian himself, Joey Coco Diaz, He said that last Monday's was going to be the last the Church What's Happening Now podcast for a while. He was going to relocate to New Jersey. Who was leaving Los Angeles. His producer, Lee Syed, is going to be leaving to Milwaukee. He also stated that a bunch of comedians are stating the most famous one of them all, Joe Rogan, has already purchased a property. Allegedly, he purchased a property in Austin, Texas, and he has already started the process of moving with his entire family over there. So, what does this say for the community, comedy community in Los Angeles? Well, I believe that it's fucked. To leave it in the most sensitive way, it's fucked. If these guys are leaving, then comedy, I don't know what's going to happen. And I don't know if Joey is going to be like in self-imposed semi-retirement. I think he's going to continue doing his Patreon page. And I think for $1 you can pledge there, and you get exclusive content. I mean, it's difficult. Joey is basically living off of comedy, and comedy, as in everything entertainment, has been put on hold thanks to COVID, and things seem not to be getting back to normal anytime soon in that department for entertainers. So things have been looking bleak. Plus, he also stated in his podcast that things have been a little rough in the end at night in his neighborhood, and gives him concerns for his small daughter and his wife. And he'd just rather go back to Jersey, back to his origins, and live there a more tranquil or more docile life, to say the least, to say something. To apparently say something, because I can't say anything because my mouth is apparently not connected to my brain, and I can't say what I'm actually thinking of saying. So there. So and also another area why I think in part why these people are these comedians are leaving. He mentioned a few. I don't recall now. Joey did mention a few more comedians. I think he mentioned Theo Bond considering moving to Nashville. He talked to a couple of guys as well, considering, because as of late with cancel culture, I mean, the Chris D'Elia issue, Brian Callen has been now his name has been dragged into the mud. The before mentioned Joey Diaz himself has been dragged because of comments of a joke he did like 15 years ago in the Rogan podcast. Or I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, was it? I don't know. But cancel culture is getting crazy. So now it's an all-out war. All-out war. It's an all-out war. So now we have the wokes versus the conservatives. It's crazy. It's crazy how two sides cannot agree on anything at this time of day. In the States, thankfully here in DR, I mean, we're dealing with a lot of stupid shit. I would show you, but I don't have the capability to show you videos of the stupidity that happens here. I mean, people still like to hang out even though there's a curfew. People go outside and want to hang out, and Corona is fucking destroying the health system here in DR. There's a lot of real issues, like real problems, instead of this ideological problems that the states have. Apparently, having ideas in the states is a fucking sin. It's something to be murdered if you don't have the correct ideas or don't follow the narrative that a certain group wants you to follow. So now the conservatives have their side, or the way they want to think things, and the woke lefties have their side of viewing things, and if you don't comply to their sides, it's fuck you and destroy you and cancel you. And I make jokes and shit about this, and I've talked about this a lot to nauseum, and you people are probably fucking pissed and tired of this fat fuck talking about this shit again. But the problem is that this needs to be addressed, because there won't be in the United States. Hell, you should take away that united part in front, part from the name It's just we states of America because they're not united at this time. Wow, that was very smart. Look at this, for example. I took this from my Facebook. I saw this, and this is what should be doing. This is how you should be respecting one another and valuing your beliefs and respecting. Look at this. I'm going to read it to you. The people are watching on video on YouTube. You're looking at this. So I'm going to read it. This. He stands because of his conscience. His family serves in military. Teammates understand and embrace him. They kneel because of conscience. Their family experiences inequality. He understands and embraces them. So this picture is of an athlete. I believe he's playing the bubble games in the NBA. He is standing up. He is not kneeling while the Pledge of Allegiance or while they're playing the national anthem. While the other guys are kneeling and have their Black Lives Matter t-shirts on, this guy stands because he wants to reverence his family, which has a lot of military history. And his teammates are not calling him an asshole, not calling him a sellout, not calling him names and whatnot. They're respecting him by embracing him by the legs. He's standing up, the rest of them are kneeling, so they just embrace him by hugging his legs. Like, we got you, we understand. And he, although he is standing up and holding his heart with his right hand, with his left hand, he's embracing one of them. So that's the visual description there of the picture. This is what it looks like to love your neighbor. See? This is what should be happening. Like, you have your views, they have your views. Why can't we just, meet ourselves in the middle? It's like, okay, I'm not going to try to change you. I'm not going to try to make you my spitting image in every single thought that I have. But let's respect one another's right to pursue what we believe is true. And I use that word not lightly. What we perceive to be true. Because truth is something that is very outside of us. Whoops, we went something got a little ahead of myself there. So let's be a little bit more respectful. Let's be a little bit more loving towards one another, and let's stop this fucking fighting and bullshit, okay? My 2 cents from this fat fuck locked himself in an apartment building in a small tiny room that is hot as fuck, sweating his ass off at this moment, and looking from the outside what's going on in the States there. Now, for those of you who had the benefit of watching the video, unfortunately, I kind of killed the rooster in the bag, to say in a Dominican expression, maté gallo en la funda. The Rock bought the XFL. What the holy shit? I don't even know. So let's read the man's statements himself. We'll just read the statement that he made himself. With my trailblazing partner Danny Garcia, I believe that's his ex-wife. I believe so. Don't quote me on that. And Redbird Capital, we have acquired the XFL. With gratitude and passion, I built a career with my own 2 hands and will apply these calluses to our XFL 2020 brand, or at XFL, the handle for the XFL, sorry. Excited to create something special for the fans. XFL full circle. So, wow, this is incredible. The Rock and his team have purchased the XFL. Who would have thought? I mean, who would have thought that this would happen? That the guy that worked for the man that previously owned this organization now bought it for like chump change. And in his hands, I do believe that this will get actually better. I think that in his hands, I think the smart move would be like wait a couple of years till the economy gets back together. Because right now, everybody's just eating a bag of dicks in terms of money. The whole situation is fucked up. So I don't think right now would be the best time to bring up the league. But, a couple of years, get some investors in. His name alone is going to sell the brand. I mean, the man has the Midas touch. Anything he does, it just turns into fucking gold. So, congratulations, The Rock, and congratulations, XFL, from coming back from the dead. I think it has come back. Only TNA or Impact Wrestling has surpassed XFL in the capacity of resurrecting from the dead. So, kudos to the XFL for coming back from the dead. Okay? Oh, this is amazing. I mean, I can't believe that The Rock bought it. I really can't. Anyway, let's see. It's not many times. I mean, yeah, many times I've been called an asshole. I think it's merited, in part. Yeah, I think it's merited. I think I deserve to be called an asshole. I deserve to be called an asshole because the way I'm very callous with people. Part of me being an introvert, it does that. Some of the ways that I show it, probably not what you consider something strong. But like one of my pet peeves, something that really fucking bugs me, is like when I get followers on Instagram. But you can see my handle there at Ariel Duran, at that Ariel Duran, on Instagram and Twitter. When I get a follower on Instagram, but this happens mostly on Instagram. When I get a follow, and then once I follow them back, they unfollow me. So I just return the favor. So, so you just wanted to add me as one of your numbers? I unfollow you. So I don't know if that makes me an asshole. No, that doesn't make me an asshole. A whole lot of issues do make me an asshole, but I got some reassurance that I talked to my wife in that recording of the podcast that we did that went to shit, that wasn't recorded at all, and she said that I'm not an asshole. It's just that I'm very rough with people, which kind of means you are an asshole, just not to me. I guess that's what it means. Anyway, trying to work on that whole me being an asshole thing. Trying to work on that. Really am. Yeah. I'm trying to work on that. Nah, I'm actually not going to work on that. I don't give a shit what people think. I'm too old to give a shit now. Yeah. I'm too old. So, these are the things that I wanted to talk about. I mean, we went all over the place. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, as it was when I recorded it with my wife. It was awesome. I mean, we played a game called Florida Man, True or False. Can't play with you guys because this is not interactive. Unfortunately, this is being recorded. Can't show you all the fucking. But if you follow, the meme of Florida Man, you probably have a good idea what I'm talking about. If you don't, make Google your friend. So anyway, this has been another episode another episode of the Husky Bible podcast. You guys can follow me. You can see right there that Ariel Duran, that's on my Instagram and Twitter. You can follow the Husky Bible right where they're basically there. That's our Instagram, and that is our Twitter, the Husky Barbu at Instagram, and at _Husky_Barbu on Twitter. You can follow us there. You can go to my TeePublic store also to check all the t-shirts I have there. Again, I will let you know when there is a sale. Sometimes there's a sale like 25% off, 30% off. And I would appreciate that you have a buy there and buy something. Get something for yourself. So I would appreciate that very much. Again, this has been the Husky Barbu. This has been Ariel. I would like to thank you guys. And I would like to say goodbye by showing you these little memes of The Rock purchasing XFL, and I hope you guys have a great day, night, wherever you're listening to this. So take care, guys. Peace. Bye. Yes, I'm leaving now. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing.